Yeah, this biome's nearly completely useless. Grab some mushy rooms. Hence the nearly. Uh-oh, am I out of spots? Let's see. Shouldn't need you anymore. Not gonna need you anytime soon. I don't like this stuff. These stones look too much like copper. They keep fooling me. Yeah, cranberries. Might be time to build a nerd pole. Looks pretty consistent all the way across, though. That's that triple trader, or is that just one with a wagon pulling behind? No update. Everybody's wondering why Vorm's playing Vintage Story. Just felt like playing Vintage Story. No particular update. Another 2 or 3 years, we'll get our update. All right, so trader in the middle of the plains. Our little spot is way back over those 2 hills, the far side, just in the lowlands, right between there. I was hoping to get to another biome out here, but it's just looking like it's going to continue being this grass and then more of a swampy, which I don't want either. Damn it. Go away, grass. Tools! Here it is. Here's my steel pickaxe. Steel pickaxe! Stone, stone. I think they're all stone. Goodbye, you. Goodbye, you. Yeah, they're all stone. That's unfortunate. We're not getting lucky with any of that stuff. Yeah, well, I think I'm just gonna have to travel again. It was looking sort of okay when I started over there, but this whole biome here is a mess that I don't like. And we got the same problem on the far side that way, and we got just a bunch of stone in that direction, and we came from that direction, so a whole lot of yuck. I think I'll head back. Well, I guess I could spend the night at one of the traders. That way we could pass the night by faster. I didn't really leave anything over there. Yeah, the only thing over there was the dirt and the fire pit, which is no big deal. Yeah. Alright, let's forget that place. We'll orient on the trader here. I'm gonna go this way and look around a little bit, and we'll probably run back and sleep the night away at the trader. Hopefully it'll go a little faster. Those chickens fighting at each other? A couple of roosters going at it? For supremacy over the roost? Why am I not picking up that cranberry? Interesting. Spoilage doesn't usually matter, it just resets it, it redivides the average. I'm not sure. I mean, and I can manually make it do it, and then it resets. It's just a little weird. Either goatees. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to go too far in this direction, and I'm not going to want to go all the way back to the the trader. But we're losing light. I don't see a viable biome. Screw it. Oh, another clay jar. Come on, give me my pickaxe. That's ore. Copper, please. It's not copper. Charcoal. Bauxite. Can't tell, I don't have slots. I hate not having slots. Charcoal. No thanks. Oh yeah, now we really are losing the light. A little faster than I expected. Alright, I could wall this in real quick. Gonna make for a pretty boring night. Yeah, should be safe with that. I do need a tree, though. Oh, I don't need a tree. They might come down from up there. I should probably put a few of these up here. Just in case. Alright, we got a fire ready, we got lights. Yeah, this is terrible terrain for me to get anything done. This is going to be an awful, boring evening. Ugh. Guess I could cut the grass. I need to get my grass restocked. Oh, nope, never mind. I got plenty. I guess we'll do more torches. Alright, I think that'll give me about a full stack. I really don't need these seeds right now either. It's not enough to really worry about. It's taking up space and making things inconvenient. No, not the currents. 1.2, 2.9. I guess the currents. Why do we put dirt above the torches? If it rains, the rain will put the torch out. The dirt protects the torch from any rain that might occur. As long as there's a block above it, like a tree. It can even be branches of a tree or anything. As long as there's something above it, it'll block the water from putting the torch out. So, put a block up there and it'll protect your torches. That is the reason. Alright, what do I need more of? I guess I need some more packed dirt to get back up to 64. I don't want to pick up what we've deployed. So, I guess we'll just grab this for now. We'll just basically refresh our supplies as much as possible for the trip tomorrow. Until the drifters show up, anyway. Nah, it was never a mod that became a game. It was formed whole by people that admired some of the in-depth mods for Minecraft, but they built their own from scratch engine. It's an awesome engine. The engine itself and the ability it runs at and the ability to run on lower end systems and still look really, really good is great. And it's got really, really cool crafting and gathering systems with really complex and interesting ways of doing things. But once you've played it quite a bit and you're familiar with all that and you're waiting for new stuff to come out, that's where the problem's at, because there's like one programmer and we go years waiting for content that actually means anything to be added to the game, unfortunately. So, but it's quite a bit of fun up until you hit that saturation point. I've got some issues with it, but I still enjoy it quite a bit. We've done quite a bit of community co-op gameplay with it. But if you like Zen crafting gathering games with interesting progression systems and crafting mechanics, this is one of the best. So the walls here, the reason I set this up this way is at night there's a chance of enemies called drifters showing up, and they'll mill around outside, but they can't jump and they can't get over a 2-space wall, and the rocks they throw they won't be able to hit me with. So I just made sure that in the perimeter around here there was at least a two high gap at all points. So it's clear terrain around the edges, and there's at least 2 blocks high at every point. The only danger is if they came down from up above here, they might have been able to toss rocks at me, which is why I put that other extra couple of blocks here. But they can't open doors, they can't break blocks, so you're perfectly safe once you get into this kind of a little encampment area. Once I've got my starter equipment and I can just refresh those supplies on the run, I usually just take a few days to run around the biomes until I find an area that I really like. Then I set up my base for the long term. It's better to get all that done early than to spend a bunch of time getting a whole bunch of stuff set up, then figuring out you don't like the area you're in or you don't have the resources you're going to need nearby, and then trying to uproot all your stuff with limited carry capacity. That's a real pain in the ass. Especially when you're playing survival mode, which I'm playing. Okay, we have torches. I need to go do some more digging. Eat some more currants. You can do pretty good just living off the land, grabbing fruit. The occasional mushroom. Vegetables that you find that are mature, like the radishes I picked up. You can also dig up the cattail roots and boil those, or not boil, just cook them up. They just take a long time to cook, so throw them on the campfire and go do other stuff for a while, and then come back and gnaw on them. Alright, let's do some more digging. I guess I'll just... yeah, we'll just dig over here. What's the end goal? There is no end goal. It's an open sandbox. There's no final boss to defeat, no super mega machine to build to save the world, no, nothing like that. It's pretty thin in that department. It has magnificently awesome crafting stuff, which you're not going to see during this stream. It's way down the line of a whole bunch of progression stuff. But mostly it's an open sandbox. Your goal initially is just to keep following the progression chain. You go from flint, knapping stone tools, to copper, to bronze, to iron, to steel, to so on. There's a whole bunch of layers and levels of things, each requiring more and more complicated tools and creation processes, especially once you get up into blacksmithing and smelting. Then there's lots of cool automation stuff you can do. You can set up windmills that provide motive power for automated machinery. complicated and detailed farming system, taming animals and breeding animals, just all sorts of stuff. Ooh, medium fert soil. How exciting. Alright, we got more than enough. Goodbye, medium fert soil. Alright, so refresh my packed dirt supply. That's important in case we fall into a hole and I need to nerd pull my way out. As well as to be able to set up a quick base anywhere I need to. Let's get rid of those. I really want to ditch these seeds, but it pains me to do so. I think I've already thrown those away a couple of times. I keep picking them back up again on accident. So far, no sign of the drifters, so we're able to get stuff done. But yeah, if I go to the progression guide here, we got the Stone Age, which is I'm in now, so I'm napping tools with flint and stone. And you go into the pottery age, I gotta find clay, and we've got to mold the clay into form, or mold the clay into the shapes we want, and then we have to fire them to harden it, and then we'll be able to use them. And that gets us more cooking options and storage options. Wooden lamellar armor at that stage before you go to gambized armor. Then you get into the copper age. We got to find nuggets of copper and get some charcoal going so we can have a fire hot enough to actually melt the nuggets. And then the clay molds that we form, we'll pour the copper into the clay molds to make tools and weapons of a higher level and ability. Then the late copper age, you can get an anvil mold set up. Get a saw, some shields, some leather armor. Then you go into the Bronze Age, but you've got different kinds of bronze requiring you to go mining, which is a really complicated process. Which I'm not going to get into details on. Then you go into the Iron Age, and it gets even more complicated with you needing to do bloomeries and fire clay bricks and hellhammers. Late Iron Age, Steel Age, it just gets more and more and more deep and complicated. And that's just the progression of tools. That doesn't even get into food and making charcoal and farming and different food preservation processes and methods. So you have food through the winter times and animal husbandry and smelting and prospecting and it's just so much stuff. So much stuff. Here's the list of stuff in the game. Now, a lot of this is just 30 different versions of single items using various raw materials, but a lot of stuff. I'm practicing my running. Plus, you have the little green gear wheel down above my hotbar. That's the stability indicator. Sometimes it will roll backwards, which means you're in an unstable area. And it'll also start to fade from top to bottom. And as it gets lower and lower, bad things start to happen. And if it gets all the way down, you get shunted over into kind of an alternate dimension. And essentially, you'll die there. So you got to be careful of that. And you can have above ground areas where it's rolling backwards at different speeds. There's temporal kind of rift areas where it'll spin backwards really quickly, and that's where a lot of the nasties generate. And then as you go underground, deep into the underground mining, the further down you go, the faster it'll spin backwards, which limits how long you can spend underground. And if you get lost down there or fall into a deep cave or something that you can't get back out of easily, that could be a lot of trouble. All right, clear skies. I can't tell which direction east and west are. I can't see clouds. Oh, is that clouds? That's, you guys probably can't tell because it's such a minor differential between black and gray due to the artifacting and compression for streaming. Oh, I think I see the movement right there. It's going that way. So east is that away. So if I come out my door and turn right, that's east. Theoretically. So we'll be waiting for the sun to rise from that direction. The moon is really hard to find usually, and it's just this odd little, not very bright, kind of a square. Wish there was something useful I could be doing right now, but there's not really. I guess I'll mow the lawn to get my grass back up to 64. I want to have full stacks of a few different things. So we'll mow the lawn. Yeah, some of the later stage crafting stuff or material progression stuff is really cool. I mean, when I say things like smelting and blacksmithing, that doesn't really explain what the process is. And the process is just like napping of the tools now. The clay forming is similar, where you have to use your cursor and mold out the clay portions you want, and then it's a vertical layer. So if like you're doing an urn, you do the bottom layer, and then it goes up a layer, and you have to do the form on that, and then you have to do the next layer, and the next layer, and eventually you have an entire 3D form of that item built, and you have to then put it through a firing process, and you use molds built that way to pour melted metals into to harden into the axe heads and shovel heads and swords and so on that you use. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of variety in the enemies, so if you're big into combat, this is not the game you want to play. This is all about people that like just gathering and crafting and farming and mining and so on. There's just not a lot of interest or variety in the combat side of things. It's pretty basic. Uh, 63, good enough. Stop hitting tab! It's the E key! Hey look, I picked them up again. So many times I've dropped those. 13.9 versus 2.7. I guess we're going to keep nibbling on cranberries. We'll save the puffballs for my emergency food. Fresh for 13.9 days. 80 satiety, or how much it fills your stomach, essentially. Food category, vegetable. So that's actually something I can talk about. Yeah, character sheet. So you can see here, we have 12.8 health points. That's because we have filled our fruit nutrition bar, and we have a tiny bit of vegetables. The way the health system works is you start with 10 hit points. That's what I have the world set as, 10 hit points. And for each bar that you fill, you get additional hit points. So as we filled this, we got to 12 when we basically hit the end of the fruit bar. And then because we've got a portion of the vegetable bar, we're a little above 12. So in order to maximize your hit points, you basically need to be eating a balanced diet of the various categories of food. So fruit, obvious and easy. We're just grabbing fruit off the bushes as we run around. Vegetables, we're occasionally picking radishes or carrots and all that kind of stuff. What depends on what's in season, if it's fully grown, but you'll get vegetables that way, and the mushrooms count as the vegetable category. That's pretty much it for the early food that you can do until you get farming going, but there's only a few food types that go into vegetables. The other three, grain, you're not going to do for quite a long time, and you can sort of get to kind of the oatmeal type foods fairly not too distant future, but protein's the next one you usually go to. So fruit, protein, veggies, and then finally grain and dairy. Dairy way late. I almost never worry about dairy because it's such a pain in the ass to milk goats. But that's the hit point system. So if you can eat a full diet, you can basically double your hit points. Body temp. There are seasons in the game. Really, really pretty and well done season transitions as all the graphics for the grass and the trees and everything changes as the temperature changes and the seasons roll by. You get full splendiferous autumns and winter biome colors. Outside temperature currently 3 a.m. We should be seeing a little bit of sun. Yep, it's starting to come up. Now we can see the clouds. Fortunately, the sun's going to come up over those hills there. Oh no, you gotta set up a permanent base. You can't progress without a permanent base. The sheer number of materials, tools, and so on, you have to set up a permanent base. I just prefer to do a bunch of wandering early in the first few days until I find an area that I think is going to be interesting in which to make a permanent base. Because it is an unholy pain in the ass to try to relocate a bunch of crap later. Is there an easy way to find iron? No. There is not. Iron's underground. You're not going to find much in the way of iron above ground generally. You're either going to go spelunking in a bunch of caves, which is pretty dangerous, or you're going to learn how to do prospecting. Got to get a prospector's pick, and you basically dig a hole down to the rock layer. You use the prospector's pick on the rock, and you have to do that a number of times within a small area to get a sample of the area, and then it'll let you know the chances of certain metals being within that area. And you do that a bunch over a wide range of area, and you can basically triangulate and focus in on where a chunk is going to have a particular type of material you might want to have access to. And it gives ranges of the chances that you're going to find it there. And it's not guaranteed. It could say 15% for a chance of certain type of iron, and you dig and you check and you dig and you check and you dig and you check, and you just don't find any. That prospector pick is there's two different methods to it, and I haven't done it in 6 months, 8 months. I've forgotten the specific details, but it's a whole thing. It's a whole very complicated thing that takes some learning on how to do it, especially in this mode where you don't have a world map to be able to record locations and prospector pick information and so on. So you gotta either make notes yourself or leave markers or just remember. But yeah, it's a whole method. Yeah, but that's if you have a map. I hope you're talking to them, not me. I got no map. I'm playing Wilderness Survival. No map. If you have a map, things are totally different. You can actually zoom the map in, and you can see a lot of information that can give you some clues and some details and help a lot. But the no map thing is by far the number one huge, massive change that Wilderness Survival mode puts in over top of all of the other difficulty settings that it modifies. Just taking away the map is such a massive difference in how you have to play the game. The map is a huge crutch. If you've never played without it, you don't realize just how huge a crutch the map is until you take it away. All right. It's getting close to light enough. I'm going to wait a little bit longer, I think. I forget now which direction I was even going. If that's east, was I going south and east? Crap. I want to say I came in from that direction, but we're heading out that direction. I got busy doing all the talking and kind of lost my orienteering awareness. I have a bunch of habits I usually do when I set bases up and so on when I'm traveling, where like I'll always put the door in the direction that I want to leave in, if I have an opportunity for that. There's a lot of little things I try to remember to do just to try to keep my orientation correct. I forget. Did we have an urn over here that I opened? Bony soil. That's the stuff that you want to pan in order to get items, get good items. Get all sorts of fun stuff in bony soil, which you can find if you dig out the underneath blocks of these ruins. More bony soil. We're not going to worry about that yet, though. We're just going to rely on finding copper bits as we travel while I try to find our forever home. Alright, check anything in here. A little bit of firewood. I don't care about the firewood. We got cranberries and cranberries. Swap those. I'll finish that off. I'll throw that away for the 14th time. One knife. I think I'm going to ditch these reeds too. I don't need reeds right now. I need slots in case we run across something fun. There's the sun hiding behind that thundercloud. Okay, I think we're ready to roll again. So, grasslands, big old rocks, bunny rabbits. So that's south, that's east. I think I'm going to aim for that right there. We'll see what it looks like in each corner that direction. I'm going to try to avoid that area. Yeah. Ugh, stupid biome with all cranberries. Oh, there's some clay. I don't have a stack of clay yet. I could do clay forming, but the problem is I just don't have a lot of slots. I gotta be careful what I grab. Look at that landslide over there, or the collapse. Let's go get closer and we'll watch what happens as I get closer. Unfortunately, we're coming at it from a low point. It'll resolve itself as I get close. Yeah, that whole area just collapsed. More clay. Probably a fox or a bunny rabbit caused it. There was a cavern under there, and the roof collapsed when a fox or bunny rabbit hopped on it. So yeah, fire clay. That's the good stuff. That's what you want to find there. That can be used for just normal clay forming as well as making the furnace. The blue clay you can't use for furnace making, so it's always better to find the fire clay. But I can't afford to be carrying clay and then formed clay stuff around with me right now. So unfortunately, we're going to bypass the clay. Using that as my reference point for traveling. I pan around to look at things. Goats. I'd be tempted to grab some flax. It's always good to find flax. We haven't found any obsidian yet. Onions. More flax. I'm gonna grab the flax. That's actually worth. No seed for Vorm. No seed. One seed. Ooh, mature flax. That's 2 spaces though. Got a seed. So we got what, 3 flax seeds, goodbye flax grain, and 2 fibers is pretty good. The reason flax is important is that's the material you're going to need a lot of for later. You need just mountains of the stuff, but you can make some early fiber thread type material that is the upgrade for the bags, the baskets for more carry capacity. All right, any jugs, any jars? Yep. Grab this first. Come on, tools or copper? It's never copper, damn it. That's quartz. I don't need quartz. They just refuse to give me a copper pickaxe. No, I don't want field mushrooms. I want puffballs. Alright, so that was my marker I was heading towards. We've got a bit of forest back here. I like forest. Need forest nearby wherever I decide to set up my home. Trying to roll into some heavier hills. Open grassland area with forest next to it. Watery swamps. Alright, I want to go see what this area, how big this area is, and which kind of grassland is it. That's very important to me. There's so many variations of the biomes. Yeah, cranberries. Flint supply is doing pretty good. This is what, day 3 of traveling? Come on, get on top of that. So, cavern, bunny rabbits. This is not the kind that I like. I think it's still the marshy, swampy stuff. I cannot find the grasslands biome to save my life. That's looking like we're going to have a change of ground to a different stone type. Alright, I think I'm going to keep going southeast. Close, but no cigar. Still waiting to fall into a hole to my death. We haven't had a fall-in hole death yet. A lot of reeds. That alone does not solve my problems. So there is some time pressure on the player. If you don't know what you're doing, I mean, winter is coming. You've got to get some kind of home established and start getting some food preserved through various means to hold you over through the winter. Because when winter hits, most of the animals are going to disappear and or go to low body weight. And even if you kill them and butcher them, you're not going to get much meat from them. All the flowering berry bushes are not going to provide any berries during the winter. The cattails will disappear. Just all sorts of food options that you normally have when you're running around like now are not going to be there. So you need to have some preserved food available. So there is some time pressure, but I'm not concerned about it myself. I've played the game too much to be worried at this point. But you can't just jaunt around like this forever, is basically what I'm trying to say. Nope. Not what I need. Which one was that? Oh, bismuthite. Or bismuthinite. Don't need a coarse chunk. Bismuthing. Unfortunately, it's not going to do me enough good. Alright, swamp. That's east, that's south. Still going that way. I need to get to higher ground. Not sure what to call this biome. Uh-oh, that's a wolf. Just about face planted into him. Got a detour. Crap! And I'm probably gonna die. I need water. I can jump across and then swim. Oh, not sure I made it far enough. Oh, I just put out all 62 of my torches. I knew I would scroll that wheel past them. Is he still coming? He almost got me in one bite. We were down to what, half of a bar? Kind of depends on how you play. I play permadeath, so if I die, I'm done. I start over. I think I lost him right away. Man, I tried to avoid one wolf and literally stepped on another wolf. Alright, I think I'll go out that way and then we'll go the long way around. I'm a little annoyed that I just put out every single torch that I own, because now that means I have to, I have to remake a fire starter. Ugh. Well, what happened was I was frantically trying to get away from the wolf, and while swimming on top of the water, I was trying to move my selector, my scroll wheel selector, to my poultice, but I went one too far, picked the torch, and then we went under slightly, and that put all my torches out. But I was aiming for that and missed. It's a minor inconvenience. I just got to make sure I take the time before full dark hits to make another fire starter. When I have not so much critical space that I have to worry about every single slot, I usually try to make sure I carry torches in 2 different spots and or not on my hotbar in order to make sure I... Oh, I'm hungry again. Make sure I don't do that. Oh. Pretty healthy looking plants over here. And some quartz. Yeah, mature turnips. And some nearby drifters. Probably in a cavern right below us. Oh, copper. Hey, copper bits. One? One stinking copper bit? One? Alright, game. I see how you're going to be. Now we got lots of quartz. Just going to constantly distract me. Alright, so we got quartz ground. Nice little waterfall. Let's get some more food in us before I forget. We'll keep munching on berries for now. I guess I should get some veggies in me, just so I can raise my hit points and hope to not get eaten by, get one shot by a wolf. No new in-game content. Only mods I'm running are Primitive Survival and Step Up. And the Reshader. That's it. And we're playing Wilderness Survival, Pro Pick 4 Radius, and Permadeath Iron Man. God damn it. Ah, another one. This place is infested. I need to find water. Nope. Oh, if I get delayed like that, I can get bit. I can't even turn around. Oh crap. Oh, I thought that was a hole I was going to fall in. That's not enough water. Oh, nope. Oh, crap. I might have lost them by now, but I'm scared to stop and look. There we go. That's the kind of water I need right here. Jump! All right. Yeesh. Yeah, we did a whole bunch of running around without seeing any wolves. Then all of a sudden, wolves everywhere. It's not just forests. There'll be a few other biomes too. I was intending to go. I guess we're still somewhat on track. This is an awful biome here, though. Ugh. Stop sending me cranberries. Run, Foxy, run! Yeah, you're technically faster than the wolves if you're not weighed down by armor at the start of the game. The problem will be getting the few feet ahead of them you need to be, and then not getting hung up when you try to jump. If you jump at the wrong time and you get hung up. But water is by far the best and easiest way to try to lose pursuit. A lot of goats. Goats and pigs. There's your big tree. Oh yeah. That's a granddaddy there. Alright, so what do we got here? We got goats and pigs. We're on the backside of some hills. Which stone type is this? Verditite. I need to get to high ground somewhere so I can see kind of what's around this in the way of biomes. More flax. All I really want is the seeds. There's a ruin over there. So we got some forest. We got an open plains area. A lot of goats. Got another ruin right there. There's several of them in this area. Look at this one first. Is this the arena? Sure enough, with some trees growing out of it. Huh. So this is somewhat interesting to me. We've got a grasslands valley with flax, which is one of the things I was really looking for. I want a grasslands area with goats and flax. We got trees nearby. Might be a big enough forest. It does have the healing herbs, the horsetail herbs. Right there, I can see them. We got rocky areas nearby that might be useful. We got peat right there. If I can find some clay and get a look at the biomes surrounding us on these sides, we might have finally found our forever home. It's been a while. I think I might make our home out of the Coliseum again, or the arena here. I haven't done it in a while. It's kind of a fun one to set up in. You get all the stone you can transform into building blocks, and there's 3 urns. You got to dig down this layer here. And there's urns at a couple of the spots. I want to say 2, but maybe it's 3. I forget. So yeah, this shows some promise. I can clear the area immediately around here. Get these trees chopped down for firewood. I need to know if there's a wolf presence too. But before we do that, let's go out this way. I want to go look at that other ruin that's over there and see what we got out that way. Uh-oh. Got a cavern here, do we? We got water, we got reeds. Another important thing to have nearby. Plenty of goats. More peat. I'd like to find some clay. Fire clay, preferably. Lots of peat. Yeah, look at this. We got this cornerstone here with ore. Oh yeah, plus we have oak, which is also really important. Oh, we have clay. There's clay right there. I think that's clay. Is that clay? It's a little high up to be clay. I'll have to go look at it. But yeah, we got this rock formation with one. We got, there's another urn there, there. I don't think I've ever seen a scatter like this. Huh. I'm going to leave these for now. We know where they're at. We can come back for them. I need to know for sure if that's clay. That looks like clay. I think it's blue clay, though. Definitely clay. Which one? I forget the... Oh, it's fire clay. Awesome. Alright, so we have a clay source. Fairly... it's an okay clay source. The wolves chasing me so far. Puffballs? Puffballs! Oh, nice. So we got deeper forest, then we've got a rock biome out here that will hopefully make it easier for me to find some copper bits. I don't know how big it is yet. Looking like a pretty nice little valley. We got pine trees nearby. That's also important for later when you need resin. There's not usually wolves in this area. I can see another ruin over here. Ooh, another big one or another conglomeration. Another arena. Alright, good to see that. Oh yeah. Big ol' shale biome. Cool. I'm pretty happy so far. Let's keep circling. I need to make sure I get back in time to get a base set up for the night. Quartz.